Hey, this is RJ May, and you're watching Mr. Mario 2011.
Hey, so what is going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario, and today is the last day of the year, so Happy New Year's Eve to everyone. However, there's something I wanted to talk about. I did the same thing last year. You know, now that the year is almost over, I want to talk about what my favorite games have been this year. What my game of the year is. And just like last year, there's going to be kind of a discrepancy here. So first off, I can't physically show you the game, so, you know, whenever needed, I am going to show gameplay footage. But I can't physically show you the games because both of them are digital, so I can't hold them or anything like I could with last year's games. However, this is what I'm going to be talking about. First off, as I'm saying games, yes, I couldn't pick just one. There was actually one I was going to pick, but because of the discrepancy, I had to pick something else. So, I'm going to be talking about it. First off, my game of the year. My own personal game of the year. What I think is my favorite gaming experience this year, what I've enjoyed the most over anything else, has been PT on PlayStation 4. In case you don't know, this game randomly came out. It sounded like a bad creepypasta or something, but it was talked about at Gamescom. They hinted at the new Silent Hill game called Silent Hills at Gamescom, and one of the first nights Gamescom was going on this year, they put up this game for free on the PlayStation Network for PS4 called PT. Nobody knew anything about it. Nobody had heard of it. Nobody got any type of warning. And this game just destroyed my psyche the first few times I played it. It took me months to beat it. You know, the first time I ever played this game was in August, and I just now beat it, not because I was terrified of it, but due to the fact that the puzzles in here were so intense, so painful to get through, so annoyingly frustrating at times, that the final puzzle I could work up to the very end of the game, but the final puzzle I could not beat. However, the other night actually, a friend of mine came over, we played it, and I finally beat it, and I was so excited. I was so excited to finally finish it. Now, what is the game itself? PT stands for Playable Teaser, and it is a playable teaser of what Silent Hills is supposed to kind of represent. But it's not really going to be an accurate representation of Silent Hills, nor is it going to have anything to do with the game. It's more just kind of showing off what the atmosphere can be, what they can do with the new Fox engine with Silent Hills, and I have to say, it has me insanely pumped, to the point where, as I said, this is my game of the year. This game destroyed my psyche while I was playing it. This game made me question my sanity. And this game, I hate it so much, but I just love it at the same time, to the point where it was my game of the year. If you have a PlayStation 4, you have to get this game. You have to. However, the reason why I'm saying games, as I said earlier in this video, is because technically PT is not a game. As I said, PT stands for Playable Teaser. And there's nothing that is ever going to come of PT. There's never going to be a sequel. There's never going to be add-ons or DLC. There are no plans, is what I'm saying, to make anything branch off of PT. And PT itself is only a teaser. It's not even a full game. So that has to rank as my favorite gaming experience. However, when it comes to my favorite game this year, an actual full-fledged title, like a title you could go out and buy, whatever it is, a game that counts as a retail game. My game of the year is a game that was a long time in the making, that I really anticipated. A pretty good RPG that I was really waiting for. And for people who are thinking I'm going to say Dragon Age, you are mistaken. My game of the year for this year, 2014, has to be South Park: The Stick of Truth. Honestly, because of how 2014 has been, it almost feels like this game came out in 2013. And that is because this game came out in, like, what, February or March of this year? It came out really early in the year. It was nice because it also came out during a time period where there were just not that many games coming out. But this game is, as a game, it's fantastic. As a South Park fan, it's pretty much a wet dream. First off, I want to say, as a South Park fan, I'm a huge South Park fan. I've watched the whole series itself a few times over. And I love everything about it. I've watched it since I was a kid. I've been a loyal follower of it. And this is the first South Park game to ever come out that was good. All the other games that came out, like the South Park games, were pretty bad. They were not that good. And that is actually because Trey Parker and Matt Stone said we only really license out the characters and the name and all that other stuff. We had nothing to do with those games. They actually couldn't even really recall what the N64 and PS1 games were. That's how disconnected they were from the development. With this game here, one of my favorite things, because I had followed the development of it for so many years, they wanted Bethesda and Obsidian to do this game. Now what happened was, I remember there was an interview I read and they had a tech demo of, like, Obsidian created a tech demo. They showed it to Matt and Trey, and Matt and Trey said, this looks great, you all are doing a great job, but take everything here and make it shittier. And they were really confused, like the developers. They're like, no, you have to realize these are like 8 and 9 year old kids. They can't have like super insane special effects and all that. Like, just make it look like, you know, like that stick, for example, that turns into like a sniper rifle. No, just make that stick a stick. It's fine. Especially with the rocky, you know, development this game had, where it would disappear and then come back and disappear and come back, and then THQ was working on it, and then THQ went under and it got shifted over to Ubisoft. I was so happy when this game finally came out. And the game itself is a treat. I've never laughed this much at a video game. The game was making me laugh to the point where I'm pretty sure I pissed off my neighbors. It made me laugh to the point where I had to pause the game because, like, my sides were literally hurting. Like, I could not breathe, my sides were hurting, and I was laughing at this game about every 5 minutes. Really, the only complaint I could think of about it is the spaceship level sucks. I absolutely hate the spaceship level. It is the worst level in the game. It is boring. It is annoying to get through. But aside from that, I love everything else about the game. The weapons, the characters, the voice acting, the graphics, everything. They got it down perfectly. If you ever even remotely enjoyed South Park, you would love this game. And the crazy thing is, people I know who don't even watch South Park play this game. Unfortunately, I feel kind of bad for them because they didn't pick up any of the references or any of that special stuff. But the point is, they enjoyed it, and they thought it was legitimately a good game. So, people who enjoyed games, and South Park fans alike, both really loved it. And it even got to the point where, kind of like one of my favorite games of last year, Beyond Two Souls, it was a lot like it was just an interactive version of a South Park episode, which was excellent to see. Actually, I was playing it a little bit when I went up to Canada earlier this year, and I remember I was showing my friends up there the game running. And a few times, because I was playing it early in the morning, then they woke up and they came over and they saw me playing it, and I kept asking, I'm like, do you guys want to play? Do you guys want to play? And they're like, no, we don't. Just, Danny, just keep playing. We want to see what happens next. And we were just all sitting around the TV, just laughing extremely hard at what was going on while making breakfast. It was great. That South Park and the Stick of Truth, that was a damn good game. Now, there are also a lot of other games I'm sure are deserving of Game of the Year, and everyone else has their own opinion, but at the same time, there are a lot of games I feel like I haven't given a fair chance. There are a lot of games I really haven't played too much of. So with that, I'd also like to know, these are my favorite games of this year. My favorite gaming experience? PT. My favorite actual game of the year? South Park: The Stick of Truth. What are your game or games of this year, and why are they your favorites? I kind of want to know that. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario, signing off. Thank you for watching, everyone, and let's hope 2015 gives us some games that are not only remakes. Anyways, signing off for real this time. Later, everyone.